Hello students, it's Professor Bell. I'm here with you to give you a quick tutorial of your last assignment of the semester. So what you'll want to do here is just kind of use this as a guideline to your own self-start and to complete this last thing about Google Earth. So go to your Dropbox. You'll see I've made a few adjustments here. You'll see that there's this final assignment, and you have some downloads here as well. So you can click on the assignment, read about it. I've updated it, and I even have the new due date. This is your rubric right here. But know that you have to follow the guidelines, and it means you also have to download Google Earth onto your computer. So let me show you how to do that real fast. So I've got the link in here for you. So just click it and it will open up this page. And then all you do is click on that icon and agree to let it download to your computer. Once it's downloaded, you can open these attachments that I have. And so I've already got one of them downloaded, but I'll show you how it looks when you download another. So I'll show you this one in Google Earth, but let's let it show you how it does this. So you see it as a file right down here, open it up, and then once it's ready you can click on it and then it'll jump right into Google Earth. If you try to download that without Google Earth, it'll ask you, what do you want me to do? Okay, so this is taking you to a place I thought was pretty cool. This is in Chile, and so this is what you downloaded and this is what it looks like. Okay, oh, excuse me just a moment. There we go. Okay, so let's see what I've left you and what this assignment's about. Well, actually, let me go back to the home page first here, or the work page. So these are your downloads, and I'll show you where this one came from too, but you need to read this assignment well, and then when you've got it done, you can just add the file and upload it. And you've got well more than a month to get this done. In fact, I think I gave you the due date is at the end of April. Okay, so again, this is your assignment. Now let me kind of walk you through some of the tasks that you'll do. So let's see at least what you're going to be creating. So here, this is an icon. This is a special icon I added, but it was also to include information. So I took you to Salar de Atacama, which is in Chile. This is a desert. In fact, has the driest city in the world, Arica, Chile here, which only gets about 2/100ths of an inch of rainfall every year. Notice that I have here a key term as the assignment dictates. You got to find a key term, and it has to come from a different chapter. There's 10 of them. But you give your definition, which is fine if it was just for straight out of the textbook. Then you're going to describe it in your own terms and give me some information here. Notice I don't have a lot, but I have enough. And so just search for that Goldilocks method. You'll also see here that I have an image of the place, which is one of the requirements, and I even put my sources here. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, I'll show you in just a second, but this is also one that you could just use as a template and then just kind of throw away the stuff that's in there that you don't need. So I'm going to click on this one real quick and then show you what's in it. Okay, so it's going to pull you out. Oh, sorry. We're going to go back to the globe view, I guess. So if I click this, it'll tell you that I have basically a table of contents here. So you're going to read about a lahar, caverns, and basalt columns in this. And again, these are key terms right out of your textbook. So if I show you this one right here, this is basalt columns, and I saw some of these in Iceland and Norway and other places. So where did I get the term? I got it from page 299. What's the definition? There it is. And what's my description? Again, me doing research, finding out, what it really is, where it is, why it is, and putting that information in. I've included a picture and so forth and so on, and that's basically it. Here's another one. This is called a lahar. This is found on your page 336, a definition and the description of it and where it happened. Now notice, because I clicked on it there, it didn't race to where you would find it, but this is the important thing, because where you locate your place mark matters. So I'm going to double click this, and you can see behind you, now that I've removed it, it's going to take me all the way down to a place where I can find that feature. Okay, so once I get on top of that feature here, I can go all the way down here and look at when this lahar occurred. And so I put my icon right on it. Okay, I messed up a little bit here, so I need to double back. I apologize about that, but here we are again. So let me back out just a bit so you can get a better view of this. And let's just pretend that we have a feature that we want to talk about that's out here in oh goodness, let's put it in Australia. Tell you what, let's see about putting it up here near Darwin. I'm going to pretend that something's happening up here with Chuck Darwin. He's up in here somewhere. See the beagle? They got a name for him. So I'm just going to pretend one of these features is out here, whatever it is. So just follow along. First thing you're going to do actually when you start your tour or start making your tour, you're going to need to add a folder. So make sure that's the first step you do. Name your folder, whatever you're going to name it, whatever the directions say to name it, and then put in here your table. Your table of contents. As you can see from the thing I downloaded. If you want to put some spaces in between things like your numbers and headings, you can do that by putting HTML left arrow P right arrow, and that'll give you your spaces. Anyway, once that's done, you'll look right here, and you should see that this folder is outside of everything else. So it's already trying to find a way to kind of mess me up here. So I'm going to grab this thing and move it. And this is showing you how to edit if you need to. So let me go up a little farther here. And I'm going to put it up ahead of my temporary places. And now it stands alone. So what I want to do here is as you see these titles right here, I'm going to make sure this is highlighted, and then I'm going to find my exact spot. And so I'm going to drop a pin there. And so typically when it opens, it'll open something like this, and you can't see behind it where you dropped your pin. So just click drag this and let it go, and then you can go closer with this and grab it while it's blinking and put it wherever you want it to be. Now these features are somewhat specific, so just make sure you get close enough to find exactly where you wanted your place mark to be. Okay, so let's pretend it's out in the middle of this field right here. You know exactly that's where you want it to be. So you can name your place mark. I'll do it like this, and then I'll show you how to build what you're looking for. So again, I think it was, you put in your key term, your definition, your description, and so forth. Remembering that if you want spaces, you got to put them in because it's HTML, and I've shown you how to do that a couple of times over now. So let's look at this one now and see how we put a picture in. Okay, so to put a picture in, you need your icon hovering here, and you need a picture from the web. If you're doing it from your computer, I'll never see it. So I'll start right here. I was looking at some good heavy metal. If you want to look at some good heavy metal, Bellacore, but I'm not going to look there. Let's find a picture of a I don't know. I'm just going to make something up. A rock tower. Goodness, I don't know. So maybe this is your feature, and maybe this is the one you want to use right here. Okay. So with that said, let's make sure we have this open in an area where we can look at it and analyze it to make sure it's a good image to use. And by this I mean you need it to say JPEG on it. This one has a bunch of stuff at the end, so I don't know if that would make it work. Let me see if I can delete some of this and it still work. But my point is this, that you want to make sure JPEG is at the very back end of this thing. It didn't like it, so I'm going to move on to another one. But to make sure it goes in and make sure your file can find it, let me go a little deeper here. Let's find at one of these. Tell you what, let me go to the website first, and this backpacker website, and then find this again. So this, I want to grab this, and I could copy image address, but I don't know if that would work. So I'm just going to make sure I open it in the other tab, and again, look for that PNG extension, and it's not there. Let me just see if it'll work here. Sorry, I'm using my wife's computer and it's difficult from home. So I'm going to copy the image address, and let me just see if that'll work. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll figure something else out. So I want to add a web image, and then I'm just going to paste it right there. I'm going to say OK, and then you don't know if it worked yet or not, but we're going to look at it here in a second. And see that this works. So I'm going to say OK to this, and watch what happens right over here. Well, it should show you that it is now a place mark under your name. Okay, so let me double click that, and well, that extension works. If you can check it like that and it works, grand. Okay, just don't forget to put in where your source image was, where your description and definition image and all that stuff came from. This is like a paper. It's not, but it's like a paper, and you need to cite your sources just like you would anywhere else. Okay, so let's show you two things real quick. One, this is my place mark, so if I just open it without editing, that's what it's going to look like. Okay, but to edit it, you can right click this feature right, or that place mark right there, and scroll down to properties. Click properties and it'll open back up here, and now you can start putting in things like your sources, or image source. Okay, and that's it. And then if you need to add a link to that image source, for instance, let me drop back here and show it to you. So my image source came from here, and I actually, it just kind of came from here. So I'm just going to copy that. Going to go back over to Google Earth and say I want to add my link under image source. You saw it was blinking down here, so I'm just going to paste it right there and say OK. And now I have an image source that works. And when I say I'm OK, and I can change it again. So again, to look at it, does it do exactly what you wanted it to do? Again, if not, you right click, go to properties and change it. One of the properties you'll have to change is this push pin too. So let's pretend that, I've got any of these icons will work. It doesn't matter to me. You click on one. I'm going to make it the sun. Say OK. And then you'll see the sun is showing it here. And I got a new name. I can change that. New name, sun. Okay, all of that. Very easy to do. So just look back over it again. So if I click it in here, this is what I will see in the end, and I will be able to grade this for you. If some stuff is messed up in here, like if I don't see your descriptions or your picture doesn't show up, then I'll probably go in here and look around to say, all right, did you do it correctly? And this will be where maybe some of your some point deductions might come out. So just double and triple check this, before you're done with it. And in the end, let me show you this. These 10 things should be indented underneath your folder. And in the same way that I had indented here, these 3 things that you'll download, like Kango Caves and whatnot, yours should look the same way. Once it's done, if there are 10 indented under here, you're going to again right click. But then at this point, when you're done, you're going to save place as. You're going to save it to your desktop or wherever you can remember it. And notice it has a KMZ file extension. That file extension means Keyhole Markup Language, KML, but it's a zip file. So it will have an icon for you to see my tour. So I'm going to make this TO. I can't spell. Again, I'm on an odd computer, and I'm just going to put it on the desktop here. Okay, so I'm going to say yes to my tour, and let's see what I saved. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff opened. I apologize, but here it is. Okay, so this is my link to open up Google Earth Pro. This one is my tour itself, and when I click that after you've uploaded it to the Dropbox, then there we go. We've got it. Okay, so I hope this this assignment doesn't cause you any trouble. In fact, I hope you have a enjoyable time doing it and getting to learn to move around the world and learn more about it using Google Earth. So I'll make this video available to you, and you can jump right on it. Okay, guys, happy surfing the planet. Talk to you later. Bye.